Stay tuned for those credits after the show, folks.
And that water is given to you by my water boy,
Yes.
Sean Hansen.
I won't mention where this water came from because I tried to get a placement deal with them and they wouldn't pony up. So
Really?
They're SOL.
Oh, man. So I want to go to a segment. You probably remember this from last year,
Okay.
unless we didn't do it.
All right.
But it's out of the blue questions.
I don't remember it. I don't remember much of the segment because unbeknownst to you, I was in a vicious alcoholic blackout the whole time I was here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what the blacks.
Totally sobered up for this
Yeah,
year's
okay.
segment, though. So
So these-
out of the blue.
Out of the blue questions.
La 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 la. I'm ready.
These are 3 questions that are out of the blue. I didn't prepare for them. My writer, Sean Hansen, didn't give me anything about this.
He's a slacker,
He's
as
a
we all know.
slacker. He's at home sleeping or something.
He's sleeping it off right now. All right, fire
And,
away, buddy. I'm ready.
Out of the blue question number 1.
Yes, sir.
Since it's the holidays,
It is. That's why I'm decking the halls. Fa la 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 la.
what are you doing for Christmas? You have 3 kids, and 2
I
of
have
them are
2 grown kids. They're
2 of
grown
them
and
are out of the
flown.
house. Yep.
And I have a little 6-year-old, my do-over child.
The
So,
do-over child.
The do-over child, right,
Yeah.
little Vincent.
Vincent.
So, but we're having company for Christmas, dude. So it's
Oh,
a
very
big
nice.
deal. I'll tell you what happened. My father, who's almost 88 years old, he's pushing 88,
Yep.
and still drives, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, I'm not bragging. That's a warning, folks. Just so you know. No, he decided he was going to travel for this Christmas. He's flying up and he's going to be with us at Christmas time. And because I'm the only one with a little kid, so I'm the only house in the family that Santa visits because we have little Vincent. And so he's coming to my house. But he's what, as you would know, in show business parlance, a draw. My father's a draw. When he travels and he lands somewhere, he's a marquee act. So when the word got out that he was going to be at my place, my daughter,
Yep.
who was a college professor in Michigan, decided she's flying in for Christmas. I have a brother and sister in New York City.
Yep.
They're taking the train up for Christmas. So we're going to have a house full. So the way I'm getting ready, this is actually, I have to say, I'm very close with my family. And I actually like having house guests, say once or twice a year, because what happens is, you got to get the house company clean. Are you familiar with this phrase?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
everybody cleans their house occasionally or once a week or whatever. You keep trying to
This
keep the house
time
clean.
you really
This is
clean
company
it.
clean. You're
Yeah.
having house guests. You get stuff done that you would never otherwise do. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, we emptied the cabinet with all the Tupperware, matched everything up. Boom. Can you imagine opening your Tupperware cupboard? Everything's matched up.
Yeah, definitely.
That's in case my dad reaches for Tupperware. I don't want him to think that,
Did you do
my
anything
life's
with
out of control.
Did you do anything with the medicine cabinet or
The
anything?
medicine cabinet, well, we're emptying the medicine cabinet of anything he can reach because at 88, he's confused enough about his medicine. So, no, he's in great shape. But we rearranged the house so because we don't have a TV on the ground floor where the guest room is. So we rearranged the house, put in a TV, hooked up the cable on the ground floor, so he would have a TV there. And I have a chair that I bought the last time he came to visit me that's just for him that we put in that spot. So there's lots of preparations. Everybody's excited.
Okay, so
Well, that was a long answer.
what is
Which
your-
makes me an excellent guest, don't you think?
It
Sean?
does. You're a
You don't want
great
some
guest.
guest sitting over here with a monosyllabic answer. You
Yeah.
want somebody that's ready to deck the halls, my friend. Fa la 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 la.
Now, out of the blue question number 2.
Yes, sir.
What did your father do for work?
Before he retired,
Yeah.
he was a car salesman pretty much my whole life. When I was really little, I remember him selling appliances, like at Sears, and then he became a car salesman. He was a car salesman.
Was that
my
where you
whole
grew
life.
up?
I grew up like in a car dealership.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I actually, for a long time, when I first went out on my own and I was buying a car, I would go and I would sit with the guy and I would try to cut the best possible deal I could cut, right? And then I would excuse myself to go to the men's room. And I would go and I would call my dad. This is right before I'm ready to close it. This guy's ready to close
Yeah.
me. And I would call him up and I would tell him exactly what the deal was. And then he would say, that's a good deal, go for it. Or he would say, no, you got to say this to him. This is one thing he's left out. You can get this from him too. And so he, even when he wasn't with me, he would help me get the best deal on a car.
So you said that extra words of advice, and you
It
got
worked,
what you
and it worked
wanted?
every time because I had
Yeah.
the inside information. One of the things he taught me was if you have a trade-in, never mention that you're going to trade in your car.
Oh, wow.
When you go to buy a car, if you have a car you're going to trade in, and he says, do you have something you're going to trade in? You say, no, I have a car, but I'm giving it to charity, or I'm going to give it to my kid, or I'm going to keep driving. That's going to be my second car. And then once you cut the best possible deal you can cut, that's when you change your mind and say, you know what? What if I did trade in that car?
Yeah.
Because the way they work the trade-in is they work it into the deal, making you think they're giving you all this money for your trade-in. But if you make the deal and then add the trade-in, now they're going to look at you and go, okay, all I can give you is $500, and then you can stand up and
So you get more
try to
money
walk
after.
out. You can stand up and try to walk out, and then they'll have to pony up.
Now, Cliff actually wants to ask a question.
Oh, yes, Cliff. Yes. I don't speak Penguin. Maybe you can translate. Well, you're quite the ventriloquist, Sean. I didn't know how to. That's you. So you've added a ventriloquist to the staff.
Yeah.
Last time I was here.
His name's Sean Hansen.
Oh,
too.
Sean Hansen, the ventriloquist. All right. So
And
what is it?
quite ironically, you can't even see me as host when I'm.
Yeah,
when
it's
Cliff's
a
talking.
complete transformation. So,
Yeah.
Cliff, you had an out of the blue question for me?
Yeah. I do. When you were a kid, what was the most incredible Christmas present you got?
Oh, wow. You know, there was one year, I'm one of 4 brothers.
Yep.
I'm the youngest of 4. There was one year where 3 out of 4 of us got new bikes. So we come down on Christmas morning, and there's 3 brand new bikes. My oldest brother didn't get one because he was sort of, I think he might have already been like near driving age, or old enough that like maybe he was like 14 or 15. He didn't really want a new bike at that point.
Yep.
But then I had another brother who was 13, one that was 11, and I was 9. And there's 3 brand new bikes downstairs.
Oh, wow.
And that was
awesome.
a big year. That was a big year.
What kind of bikes were they?
Well, I'm an old guy, so
Yeah.
it was like the ones with the had like the high handlebars and the
Yeah.
banana seat. Mine was red with a white seat, white banana seat. And actually, then in the spring and the summer, I was riding it around. I had a great time for most of that summer. But then late July, I'll never forget it, that bike got stolen.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That's
Parked
not
it. Went down. We had this little creek near our house. I parked it at the top of the hill like we always did. And of course, back then you didn't lock your bike up. And we went down the ravine there, and we're messing around in the creek like we always did. And we came back up, and my bike was missing.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it's terrible news. To this day, we suspect Johnny Beavis, who was sort of a bad guy in the neighborhood. Johnny Beavis, if I ever find you, Johnny Beavis, you stole my bike. I know it.
Now, one more out of the blue question.
That was you already gave me 3. Oh, well, he gave me 1, so
Yeah.
you've only given me 2.
Because he gave you 1, because he usually doesn't talk, so I don't know what
He really
that is.
maybe he's getting a little too big for his britches. He's trying to horn in, man.
Because he's heard me say that I might give the job to you.
I
So
see.
maybe-
Well, no, but
yeah,
Cliffy's got to
maybe
learn.
that's
When
what
you're
it
the
is.
co-host, you got to learn your place. You got
Yeah,
to
you gotta
follow the
talk
lead
up.
of the host. That's
Like,
the
he's not
important-
an intern. He's a co-host.
Right,
So
exactly.
he has to do something.
Sure.
And so out of the blue question, number 3 for me, 4 overall for you.
Uh-huh.
What was the out of the blue question? The out of the blue question was, now, you have your songs. You have fa la 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 la.
I deck the halls, my friend. Fa la 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 la.
Now, there's the song Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen.
Rudolph.
Yep,
Rudolph,
Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer.
Yeah.
If, out of all the comedians you performed with in your history,
Yeah. Wow. That's a lot.
substitute a comedy name in place of the reindeer's name singing that song, what would that song be like? What would it sound like?
Wait, I have to improv a Christmas song? That's the
Yes.
out of the blue question, Sean?
Yes.
You know how close I am to storming off of this set? I will overturn that desk, my friend.
Well,
What do you mean,
fine,
like,
you won't get a
just
candy
naming
cane.
like my favorite comedians that I've worked with?
Yeah, something like that. You have Dave Russo and Chris Zito and blah, blah,
I
blah.
wouldn't really list Russo as one of my favorites. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Dave's a buddy of mine. Actually, you know, Dave Russo's on my website, chriszitosfunny.com.
Oh, yeah,
Because
yeah,
if you
that's
go to the
right.
comedy page, it's got like selected dates of where I'm appearing, but it's also got a video
Yep.
of when I did the Wicked Funny Comedy Tour at the Comedy Vault, and you know that's a show on Nesson that Dave Russo hosts. So there he is introducing me on my website. It's a good story, isn't it?
It is a good story.
Yeah, that was just my
That's-
way of weaseling out of singing that song you were demanding. It's an outrageous demand. Really
I have a
unfair.
good story, too. If like,
Is
I
it a Dave Russo
secretly
story?
want to... No, well, if you want to hear a Dave Russo story, you can check out the comedy show I had with Dave Russo back in the day.
Okay.
But, yeah, I got a Dave Russo story for you if you want.
Yeah.
Well, once when I was at a show, he was doing his, Robert De Niro face.
Oh
and
my gosh.
De Niro's-
That is, it brings the house down every single time.
This is amazing.
I've worked with Dave a lot,
Yeah.
and I've never seen any response other than people just go crazy when he does that De Niro face.
And De Niro's my favorite actor.
He's a great actor.
And I was taking a picture with Dave Russo after, and Dave and a bunch of his fans. and my camera, for some reason, maybe it was starstruck from seeing Dave and going to chriszitoisfunny.com before we saw Dave.
Yeah.
And then it wouldn't work correctly, so all the pictures are blurry. So I never got that picture of Dave with his Dave Russo face.
It's pretty. I'll tell you what. If you go, you can go just about anywhere. You can go to his Facebook page and see a picture of Dave Russo with his Dave Russo face.
So that's a Dave Russo story.
That's a
for you.
great story, Sean. Tell it again. Come on. It's one of my favorite all-time stories.
Okay, so once upon a time.
Yes. La 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 la.
So is Christmas your favorite holiday?
Ah, wow. It might be. I am a big fan of Christmas. You know, I think if I could be semi-serious for a minute, I think when you run into people that are bothered by Christmas or don't like Christmas, if you really ask them like about what Christmas was like when they were growing up, there's some kind of problem there. There's an issue, like Christmas wasn't fun. There was some bitter disappointment. There was an uncle that came over every year and knocked over the tree, and the cops showed up. There was it was some kind of dysfunctional thing going on at Christmas. But in my house, like my dad, as I told you, was a car salesman. Salesman worked long hours. He worked on straight commission. My mom didn't work, so he worked straight commission, supporting the entire family. He worked long hours, but he always would save up time off around Christmas time. I always think of Christmas as a time when my dad was around and was hanging out with us, and my mother made all this. So I grew up in I was full-blooded Sicilian. My mother baked all these cookies and made homemade pasta, and my father made homemade sausage, and it was just an amazing time of year for the whole family to be together. So
what's your mother's maiden name?
Her maiden name is Arena.
Arena, wow.
Which doesn't sound all that Italian, but it is. Yeah. Her nickname in high school was Sports, which I have to say was always a little disturbing to think about your mother's nickname being Sports in high school, because it makes me think of I knew girls in high school that were really good sports, and that's not the way I want to think of my mom. You know what I mean?
Oh man, I have a candy cane.
I appreciate that. Okay, I got quite a collection here.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. All right.
You're gonna have some gaps.
So I think that Christmas might be my favorite holiday.
That's good.
Might be.
And
I'm a big fan of the 4th of July too.
4th
Because
of
I'm a
July
big
is
flag
lot of
waver.
fun,
I'm a big flag waver. I had my house, I posted this picture of the front of my house last 4th of July on my Facebook page, and I got American flags coming out of both of the front posts on my front porch, and I had these little American flags stuck in the ground, lining the front walk, and there's probably 8 American flags in this picture of my front door.
Oh,
and my cousin I have a cousin in upstate New York, and she sends me a note. She goes, "Hey, you missed a spot."
Oh man, so hopefully I'll get you on the 12-12-12 Christmas episode.
Yeah, sure. And we'll be able to remind everybody about the all-important chriszitoisfunny.com.
And you can schedule that on chriszitoisfunny.com.
Yeah, it'll end up there as one of my selected dates. But if on that webpage, seriously though, if you want to know where to find me, because I have the Comedy Sandbox every Thursday night at the Comedy Vault in Boston, Dick's Beantown Comedy Vault. It's the only full-time comedy club in Boston. It's right on Boylston Street. It's been there for 25 years. I'm there every Thursday night with the Comedy Sandbox, which is, we like to call it New England's most unpredictable comedy showcase, and that's why we call it the Comedy Sandbox. We just get in there and play. All the comics come in and we have a ball. And then, of course, you can learn all about the Comedy Land Cruise down to Mohegan Sun, which is coming up February 4th. And you can get all the information on how to get tickets to see me New Year's Eve. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And we have about a half minute left, so
oh my gosh.
So
let me just say, fa la 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 la.
And I just
Sean Hansen.
Wow, I'm part of a Christmas song
That's
now.
fantastic.
Which Sean Hansen is it? Is it the host?
The Gaffer. He's my favorite. He
Gaffer.
made it possible for Cliffy to stand up. So.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. And Cliff actually talks. Maybe it's because he could actually stand.
Ventriloquist Sean Hansen.
Yeah. But so you got the Sandbox on Thursdays.
Yes, sir.
You have the tour coming up on the bus.
Yes, the Comedy Land Cruise, and I'll be at the Stoneham Theater January, I think it's 5 and 6. It's a Thursday and Friday. That's actually one of the rare Thursdays I won't be in the Sandbox. Occasionally I take off to go do a special engagement, and we're doing this big show at the Stoneham Theater. I'll be there.
So you'll be on Stoneham. I write for a community newspaper. Maybe I can write a column about it.
Come up and give us some publicity. Those tickets are on sales right now.
Yeah.
You go to the Stoneham Theater website, or you can just go to chriszitoisfunny.com. There's a link right on my website on
what
how to get tickets
website's
to
that?
anything.
I'm sorry.
That's chriszitoisfunny.com.
I'm sorry, I'm hard of hearing.
chriszitoisfunny.com. It's CHRAS, Z as in zebra,
Yep.
ITO. ChrisZitoisfunny.com.
And com.
See. No, it's the old English spelling, Sean. That's pretty
man.
funny.
Well, I got that from XMAS.
There you go. You can get some funny ideas there.
Apparently, Sean Hansen is funny.com.
Yeah. All right. There
All
you
right.
go.
Well, thank you very much.
Hey, man, it's a pleasure to be
Yeah.
back.
And have a great Christmas. Oh, and
You too.
this
Merry
is a
Christmas.
Valley Patriot you got there?
La, 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 la,
you're-
la, la. This is the. Yeah. Can you? Are you right on the front page?
Yeah, yeah.
You are?
I
Can you sign it for me?
autograph. Yeah, sure. What's your name?
The name is. You say to Chris.
Yep.
See you on ChrisZitoisfunny.com.
See.
Best wishes. And I'd like the entire production staff to sign it, so it may cover the whole front page. Is that a possibility?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. See you in the funny papers. Thank you, sir.
It's not a real autograph, but, you know.
You're one of those guys, you practice your autograph, you're dreaming of a big crowd with the Sharpies.
Someday it's coming.
It's going to happen.
All right. Well, thank you for watching, everybody. I'm Sean Hansen. This is Chris Zito.
Thanks. Thank
And
you, everybody.
Have a good Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And this is Cliff.